Hey guys, this is InyashFan1324. I'm gonna be reading another creepypasta. The last one didn't last as long as I thought it would. Uh, this one is titled Morgan's Corner. I thought it was something about a prostitute, to be honest, but it's apparently not. My boyfriend Steven and I said our goodbyes, and we got into his car ready to leave the party. It was about 11 o'clock at night and pitch black outside, so dark you could hardly see your hand 3 inches in front of your face. It was rather chilly that night, for it was the beginning of spring still. Wind blowing ferociously, trees swaying, crashing their leaves into each other's. We were about 20 miles away from town, on the overgrown, low-populated area just outward. Often through the blackness we were encountered with a sudden turn, threatening to throw us off the road into nearby trees. Fortuitously we survived these turns, but just 10 miles away from town our car ran out of gas. We were still rather far away, with no houses or man-made structures anywhere within a 2-mile radius. It reminded me of a jungle. Stephen pulled the car to the side of the road. Neither of us owned cellular phones at the time, and we were in need of help. I saw a gas station just a mile back. "I'll be right back," he said, pulling himself out of the car. I was concerned about him, and I'm sure he felt the same way about me. "Are you sure you'll be okay? It's dark, and who knows what kind of things are out there. Let me come with you." The next words he told me would replay in my head for the rest of my life. "Sherry, whatever you do, don't leave the car." "But," I attempted to reply. "Don't leave the car," he said again, even more stern than the first time. His eyes locked on mine coldly for a second, so I decided maybe it would be better if I was obedient. My mind began to change as time went by. 30 minutes, an hour passed with still no sight of him. The atmosphere I was in was so very eerie. Wind whistling, trees all around, hiding who knows what in the darkness behind. About an hour and a half since he left, I began to hear a noise. Something was just barely tapping the roof. Tap, tap, tap. I was at I was at the same time curious and frightened to see what it was, but my beloved boyfriend's voice echoed in my mind. "Whatever you do, don't leave the car." I decided to wait until morning and try to get some sleep, but I wasn't sure how much I could get with that noise coming from the roof. Sure enough, though, I drifted off without even realizing it. In the morning I saw that my boyfriend still wasn't back yet, my mind racing with the thoughts of what might have happened to him. I noticed that the tapping hadn't stopped, and since it was daytime I decided to disregard what my boyfriend said and go outside. I would live to this day regretting not listening to him. As I stepped outside and turned around to shut the car door, my jaw dropped at the sight which I saw. I saw my boyfriend hanging upside down. His legs were tied to vines from a tree that was right next to the road. His entire stomach was cut open, forming a pool of blood on the roof of the car, and his hands were just barely touching the roof, making the slightest tap, tap.